Ready? Okay, welcome everybody. This is the first NixOS marketing meeting in 2021. Yeah, and we have a new member. And I'll give you the word to introduce yourself, why you joined NixOS marketing.
Okay, so hi guys, I'm Hugo. I'm French, but I live in Switzerland, and so I decided to join the NixOS marketing team because I really enjoy NixOS. I use it every day, and at work also. So I really enjoy the engineering part, and I decided to join the team to maybe give a help to the marketing stuff around NixOS to try to make it a bit bigger.
So to spread the good message of Nix. Okay, so we have 3 items today. You have access to the, yeah, I see. You have access to, what's it called? The document. I will start sharing it. I forgot to do this earlier. This would be this document. Please tell me if everything is okay. I'm gonna make it a bit wider and a bit bigger. I think this should be it, right? Okay, so we have 3 items for today. So I'll start with this. First, I forgot to upload and provide the minutes for previous meetings. So I'll do this. I'll do it this time for both. So sorry about that. But before Christmas, everything is a bit chaotic. But starting with the first item, we have I created during the holidays the pull request to change the fonts. We had this in our to-do bucket. So I already created this like 10 days ago already. So please look at it. I'll leave it open for a few more days. But we already got some feedback. So there are quite a few fonts. Here is the selection of the fonts. So we have like a primary, secondary, and monospace. For primary, this is meant the general text. The secondary type of font is used for titles, and the monospace, of course, for all the code examples, code snippets, and such. So I think
sorry, can you repeat what the primary and secondary were for?
So it's written also in the PR, but primary, it's used for general text. Like generally, primary is always used, except for all the titles, we need kind of to distinct now. I think it's also in some alerts and not alerts. Those banners that we have on the. It's also used.
The hero text, or what do you call it? The big ones.
Yeah, the big. Yeah. So we can give it an example. I think I'll just scroll now. I'll open this link. So I think the last item was, okay. There was a Atari font was proposed. I hope this means in a joke, but David also suggested the Open Sans, Lato, and Firamono combination, and I do think this is also the winning combination myself as well. This is how it looks. What it is missing is now that we switch the font, that we need to make it, let's say, a bit bigger or a bit smaller. We need to adjust the size a bit.
Yes, some font metrics are different in the files. So when they are printed, the line heights are the same, but the characters themselves are a bit smaller.
Yeah, exactly. So we need to adjust that. But apart from that, what we were looking for is something readable, something modern. It doesn't have to be looking into the future, cutting edge, but it just needs to be feeling, modern. So it's not from, let's say, the 90s.
Or from the 2000s or the 2010s.
Oh, true. Yeah, I'm old, except this is modern already. Yeah.
So what are we currently using?
Currently, we are using the first one. Let me scroll back. We are currently using Crub, Sora, and Mona. This was one of the fonts that was suggested by the designer. They were like, but I kind of told him that just give us few suggestions, and on the end, once we finish the design, we'll actually we will actually do the whole round of selecting it. So this is currently what we're using, and yeah, this is the proposed solution, the proposed change. I think, at least from this is my vote, right? I'm not actually sure how we should do this, but please, everybody, give it a go after the meeting. Comment, make your pick. I'll do the same, and we need to come to some kind of we're looking for something readable and modern. Yeah, that's sounds good. And if you want to have some other suggestions, some other font that we should give it a try, just write it also in the comments, and I'll push a commit, and that commit will produce a preview for that font. Not a problem.
Are these all free fonts or open fonts?
Yes, they are actually directly from Google Fonts.
Okay.
Yeah. So for now, part of this process is to select the font and also then to download it, the minimal set of the fonts that we need, so that we will actually serve it from the Netlify, so from our CDN, so from NixOS org. Okay. I think this is something I wanted to bring up. I want to wrap up this as soon as possible, because I don't want this to keep open already for too long, because there are other things I'd like to work on. But let me know. We can always change the font if you feel that I selected something inappropriate. Sounds good?
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I actually should ask the other way around, like if somebody objects, because then, yeah. Okay. Second item, reporting the community section. So, okay. So this kind of goes into I'll open the NixOS. I'll actually use the new font for now. Let's see how this works. So we have a community section, and one of the things I've been working during the holidays as well was adding a blog section. So an aggregation of all the topics on the discourse. So let's say job offers, different blogs, and currently we also have the planetnixos.org, where we aggregate the community blog posts, and I want to bring this more I want to expose all of this content to the user so that they see that this is an active community. So these blogs will also include announcements. I think we already discussed this. I'm just kind of repeating so that also Hugo gets on top of it. So we will not have any special blog system to use. We will just post our announcement on a discourse, and from there we will just use an RSS, and every 15 minutes it's going to get, or every hour it's going to get updated. And the same for other jobs, the community, community blogs and posts and such. So the problem with this is, if I want to add one item, I think I should remove at least one, because I think already at this point it's already too big. So I was thinking of merging the community and governance. So the governance part is actually going to be a bit hidden in this sense. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna create. I'm basically here to ask for help regarding the content of it. Like, how do we organize it? So if you have any idea, I want to kind of give heads up that the PR to add the block is going to land soon, but I'm not going to be merging the community and governance yet. But this is kind of also the step I want to do at the same time.
Yeah, for merging the community and governance page, I guess it's going to depend on how it's presented on the page. Well, merging is fine. There's no issues, but I think we're going to have to see how it's going to be shown.
Yeah,
so we don't lose much of the governance. Being on the main menu is nice because it's trivial to go see who's NixOS.
Mm-hmm.
So ideally, it should be not much different in terms of, sure, it's going to be one step more because you're going to have to go to the community page and guess it's in the community page. But other than that, it shouldn't be more work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think it's more of a visual thing. How do we want to place the governance and make sure? So I'll open in a separate tab the governance. I'm thinking to expose the RFC process as being like at the core of a community. So let's say this was my idea, and maybe we should talk this at in a PR, but let's give it a try here. I was thinking of taking the first section, so this RFC section, and adding a button here, learn more, and also teams. And then once you click on and then add the RFC section somewhere here, maybe below the NixCon, or sorry, below the meetups. Or actually just extend the community page with the whole content from the governance. That's actually
because I was kind of wondering whether we really need the governance link in the top navigation bar, because it might be a bit. I mean, it's probably not something that a new user immediately needs to see or wants to know about.
So if I understood correctly, would it be just okay if I added these sections, the RFC teams and the NixOS Foundation section directly to the below the meetups? I think that will actually fit nicely.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, or link from it, but then it might be easy to miss the link. So yeah, I think just adding it, merging it basically would be good.
Okay, I'll do this as a first step, and then we can comment and collaborate on the PR, and then maybe do a bit differently at the end. Okay, I think this is a good first step. Okay, so this is the community rework, and last time we discussed. I brought up the topic of what kind of examples and what are we promoting on the website. And we were talking about should we promote AWS as a bucket? And I mean, there is a whole. I need to upload the videos for everybody to see, but I think one of the things that I want to actually add to the community section is also kind of commercial providers, or I think we're calling it currently. So there is a page for this. Commercial support. All right. So currently we have a list of companies and they submit a pull request and they add a company. I want to make this a bit more visible and actually not sure actually where to add it, but I think one of the places right now would be just the community section. So that when somebody is looking for help, they can also search. It's a kind of let's call it. It's more a commercial part of search. So if I go now back to community, if I go back to community page, okay, so here you usually ask where to talk, but so this section where to talk is actually how to get help. And either you get the help from a community, but part of the community is also in a commercial space, so you could provide. And I was thinking of adding it actually to as a kind of there will be 3 blocks of text here. One of them would be commercial support, or there would be a button commercial support. And I would change this where to get help or how to get help. I think, would that be okay? And that link, of course, or button will point to the commercial listing of the project.
Yeah, I think that's more clear, because where to talk is, I think how to get help is a little bit better, and to avoid confusion.
Yeah. Samuel, any comment to that? Maybe.
I wasn't focused on the right window. I did press M to unmute. This I don't see a problem with that, and I forgot what I had in mind. Another option from going with the 3 blocks and having to cut one of the blocks, if you want to try it, is maybe have a line under the 3 blocks, which describes there's also the commercial options to get help.
Yeah. It could be like in a sort of a banner, like we have here for the new NixOS Weekly, or there will be some sort of design, and we can iterate on it.
Yeah, maybe not a banner, maybe the same primary text as usual, but standalone, centered under those 3 blocks, something like that also.
That might actually work, yeah. So it's like this without the background centered. This, I mean. I highlighted, and I clicked on it. So yeah, this section. Let's iterate so that we don't make it like the most important thing, but still visible. Yeah. And I also want to change this commercial support to kind of make it a bit more fair, so that it randomizes the order. I will contact all the companies to provide the logo in description. So I think that would be good enough, and I need somehow to limit the description. I don't know, 400 characters, roughly.
And just for fun, how is it going to be randomized? I guess you could do JavaScript on load and also randomize on build. But if you randomize on the build, if you rebuild every time a different output because it's randomized, it's not great either for reproducibility.
Yeah. So I was thinking.
Yeah, and then we would have to be constantly redeploying the homepage just to change the order.
Yeah.
Maybe every time a consulting company is added, the order is the initial order is shuffled. So every time one is added, everyone is shuffled. And in addition, we do the JavaScript for those that support JavaScript, for those that browse with JavaScript.
I'm not sure how to do this actually.
I mean, the onload thing, the JavaScript thing should be fairly easy. But then the only problem is that people who don't have JavaScript would get a deterministic order. But maybe we shouldn't worry too much about that.
I just don't want.
If we shuffle every time we add a company, it's going to, in the end, be randomized from the time it was added.
Yeah, so you would need to know to run the randomize function or command to randomize it, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. I think let's go with the JavaScript option for now.
Yes, yeah, let's just keep it simple.
And I
Yeah.
want to give a little bit, a little comment. I think the text, the list is sorted in alphabetical order. I don't think that's necessary when you just come to the page to look at commercial support. I'm not sure it's necessary, but maybe we can keep this text for like the pull requests, or like the README or stuff in the repository where it's hosted.
What do you mean?
I mean, like when you're a user and you come at this page to look at commercial support,
Yeah.
the text, the list is sorted in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's necessary information.
I see. I mean, you mean this text? Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
So we will remove this. We'll make it random, and we will. So each of the companies will get. I need to reach out to all of them, but they will get a logo, the name of the company they'll put, a link, and some description. And let's say up to 3 or 5. I'll call them tags, so they can be kind of. We'll try to provide a list of tags. So I don't know, DevOps. Well, all are DevOps. So maybe that's actually, the tags are not a good idea, but description would be good enough. So I'm gonna ask for link, name, logo, or picture, and description. And we randomize it in Java on JavaScript, and we remove some of the text because it's not needed. And then, of course, at the end, we'll add how to add your company to the list or somewhere.
Yeah, I think you misunderstood, or maybe I didn't express myself well. I just said like for me or whatever user who's joining this website, just this text is not necessary, I think.
No, but it's there to because otherwise you might think that it's in sort of order of significance, that the most important company comes first.
Yeah. I would kind of go maybe even further, because I know a lot of like, let's say this is going to looking 2 years in advance or 3 years in advance, that the NixOS Foundation costs will grow. I hope, because that means more cash, more builds, more users, more packages. The NixOS Foundation could also be selling a place on the top spot here.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
it's like a package that you offer. This is, of course, a NixOS Foundation decision for us. I think as a marketing team, we just need to make it equal for every company to be equally treated.
Right. At some point, we could have a sponsors section.
Yeah, we actually already do. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, we have inside on the donate page. We don't have sponsors of such, but we have acknowledgements. So
yeah, and it actually it's some very historical names there. So so these are not companies that you don't have to keep paying to get your icon here, your logo.
Yeah. These are more like historical reasons for them to be here. Well, I will leave the donate page and sponsors for a separate, for a different day to discuss this. And I'll sort the commercial. I'll finish the commercial, send a PR, look at it, if it's really random for you as well, and if the data is all there. Sounds good?
Yep.
I again asked the wrong type of question. Okay. I think that's all of what I had. Last time we talked about the NixOS common styles. This was now merged and is actually being already deployed to the website. So at the same time, the status.nixos.org was also moved to Netlify. So if anybody out there that is listening to this video wants to join and help with the CSS and HTML and apply the same styles across different websites, that would be greatly appreciated. But if does anybody have anything else to add?
That's all for me.
Okay. Once, twice. I think that's it. Okay, we are ready to work. It's New Year, right? Let's make it better. Thank you, and see you in 2 weeks or on RSC channel.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Thank you. See you later. Bye.
Bye.